Good morning, everybody. Danny and Wanda back from Deep South Homestead. We are out here in the high tunnel, and it's before daylight. We got the lights turned on here this morning. Now, these are not our grow lights. These are the ones that we turn on to leave a little heat in here. As you can see this morning, it's 50 degrees in the high tunnel, which is perfect for growing cool weather vegetables. Well, today is the day we have to harvest our broccoli, because it has gone and done all it's going to do. And we don't want it to be tough, so we're going to start whacking these heads out. I mean, they're big as my hand, so I mean, they're good sized heads. We're going to take it down to the first stem of leaves. Ooh, that was tender. I just touched it. Look at that. We're so excited. These are so tender. Look at that. May not be the biggest heads, but we've had so much heat here lately. The greenhouses are heating up to like 90-something degrees during the day. And what it's doing is, let me see if I can get another one of these off here. You turn it upside down here. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but they're actually starting to flower in here. They're wanting to try to open up a little bit. And we know that this heat is what's doing that. And the heads are getting a little misshapen and stuff like that because of the heat. So we're going to go ahead and just try to take them all out. This one, I'm going to cut this one down a little lower. I want to show you something. This one has already matured and done started putting the flowerets on right here. Let me break these leaves back.
Rabbits enjoy.
Ooh, rabbits going to love that.
Chickens.
Yeah. But it's already putting the flowerets on. That tells you this thing has gone way beyond where we probably should have let it go. It got all the little flowerets around it like
See,
this.
it's starting to flower out at the top.
Yeah, it's starting to flower here. See that yellow? It's
Another day or so and it would have been
one
full
more day
flower.
in the heat and it would have been completely flowered out.
Our temp's been getting up to what?
We've been up to
70 something.
We've been up in the mid 70s with heat indexes higher than that. Got another one over here. I see some flowers on. Right there, you can see that flowers are starting to open up under it right here on the bottom side. That one right there and that one. So these have gone their course. It's time to take them out before they get tough.
And the leaves are beautiful.
Yep. And even these are the ones we harvested the heads off of the other day. They already have little flowerets in them that we got to get out of here to have to eat.
They'll
like
make
this
little
here.
bitty.
I mean, they'll make little flowers like that.
They're really good to eat with ranch dressing.
Really good for that. And the rest of this, after we cut this one cutting off, we always take the plant up and give it to the rabbits after that. And rather than letting it just keep sitting here trying to make and make and make, because we tried putting broccoli in the freezer and stuff like that, and we just don't care for it once it's been in the freezer like that.
And Miss Wanda needs room for English peas.
Yep.
All through here.
Yep, that's true.
And I need room for green beans on the other side.
We are
moving on into spring.
Yeah, it's actually coming early this year.
We may have one good frost, but it won't, or freeze, but
it won't hurt them, no.
No.
Not in here.
The high tunnel will protect everything in here.
Well, you guys remember we had the tomatoes here. These were the beefsteak tomatoes, and I had them covered with a blanket and a tarp. I learned I should have done it vice versa. Would have worked better. But we just pruned the tops off of them before they wilted down too much, and we're noticing that we're getting new growth coming out on them here. So hopefully, you can see the new little stems coming out right here. So hopefully, these may take back off, and we might actually, there's another one right there starting to pop back out. And over here, they're all starting to pop back out. We might have early tomatoes this year. So, everything done well. Now this one, check this out. This one still has little tomatoes that's formed on it. So
plus it's blooming.
Plus this one's blooming like crazy. And we come in here every day and we kind of like shake the fence.
This one was not under the blanket.
Right, this one was just under the tarp. It wasn't under the blanket. And the blanket, what happened is the blanket got wet under the tarp because the tarp sweated. And the wet blanket was against the leaves of these other tomatoes here. And it's what...
It froze.
Froze the leaves. This one did not do that. Actually, here's some more tomatoes up in here. I just noticed. I don't know if I can get it back where you can see them up in there.
Wow.
Little tomatoes up in there. So we do have some early tomatoes coming on. So we're excited about that. Okay, we're over in the second high tunnel. And we almost, well, we like to lost this one here. Look at it. It got pretty hot in here. This one's kind of done starting to flower on us pretty good. That one, see how it's not tight, clustered up. It's done opened up a lot, and it's gotten...
It'll make some good
broccoli. It'll still make
something.
some good broccoli something of it, yeah. But it's got a couple of flowerets. I think I'll just get this one right here while we're getting, because I'll leave the rest of them to actually mature. And I don't think we have any more over here. We took this one out the other day.
But isn't that pretty?
Plenty of stuff still going on that side. All bright green and pretty. That red cabbage is looking good. This one here is beautiful. I mean, you just don't get any prettier than that. And it's actually making a little head, and it's just as tight and hard as it can be. So that's good.
Yes.
That's good. And
all your rutabagas and everything.
Actually, we got some pretty good, right there. There's a nice root on a rutabaga right there. I don't know if you can actually get in there to see it.
Yeah, they can see it.
Look at that. There's a good one there. Another one right here, starting to be a good root right there.
So we will have a few rutabagas before long.
We'll have a few good rutabagas.
And this little cabbage here.
This one all of a sudden just took off. Boy, I mean, it just started growing like crazy.
It's not wanting to put a head exactly. It looks like it's just leafing out more. You sure you didn't get a leaf one?
I don't know. These are the potatoes that we cut off the other day after the freeze. And they're coming back out. I believe they're going to actually pull out and do something for us here. All right, this is the Savannah Sweet Onions. They actually are trying to grow a little bit now. I'm excited about that. I think we need to hit them with a boost of nitrogen there, and they should start kicking it. Okay, y'all asked the question, what's the difference between a white shade cloth and a dark shade cloth? We just walked out of the white one. You saw it was 50 degrees in there. This is a dark shade cloth. 55 degrees in here. So it's a little bit warmer under the dark one. But guys, the day has come. We have successfully done it at Deep South Homestead. We have raised tomatoes through the worst freeze we've had in probably 30 years, you know. And here they are. Look at this.
And all you did was cover this with a tarp.
I covered it with a blanket and a tarp.
Okay, but the blanket didn't.
Don't you look at this one right here. I'm trying to get this one out without damaging anything.
Don't you break everything.
There's a leaf there out of the way. I had to get a leaf out of the way. I'm trying to get it off of there. I don't want to mess nothing up. Look at this. I mean, look at that. That is the epitome of perfection. The color is good. We've left it on the vine until it almost completely ripened. It's just a beautiful, beautiful color.
Tomatoes in January.
What are the odds? Now, this other one, I'm going to leave it.
It's turning.
Look how it's doing. It's half and half. Look at that. I've never seen one do half and half.
Maybe because half of it's toward the shade cloth, the sun, and the shade cloth is...
I don't know.
I don't know.
But look how they're in clusters. See, this is the ones we're trying to save the seed from. We saved the seed from the last one we harvested. And we're going to save the seed from this one too.
And we harvested this, last week we had one.
Yeah, we had one last week. And
so this is actually our second tomato.
And it's a very firm, hard tomato. It's not mushy.
Yeah, that's what I liked about it. The taste was good.
The taste was fantastic. Now, one thing we did notice, the inside of the other one was a little bit lighter color. It wasn't a dark red like the outside was. It was a little bit lighter color on the inside. But we have no idea what this will be. You know, this come up out of our worm castings. This was a hybrid we had planted last year, I'm sure. One of the hybrids. I don't know which one. So I don't know the mother plant. I don't know the father plant. I just know that we have a tomato now. And it won't be a hybrid when it comes back because it'll be an open pollinated when it comes back.
And we just hope it will produce in clusters like that.
Yeah, if it produces in clusters like this, we will have successfully come up with our own variety of tomato seeds. And
the deep south tomato.
Yeah, and it made it through the freeze.
That's amazing.
That tomato's like come out of a refrigerator. It's so cold. I mean, you can see all the tomatoes that's up in this thing.
They're all in here.
There's probably over 50 tomatoes on this thing. I mean, you look at
he's got it tied up because
I do have it tied up.
I mean, they're everywhere. I don't know if y'all can see, but
there's tomatoes in this thing everywhere. I mean, no matter where you come, there's tomatoes.
I mean,
yeah,
just have a tomato tree in January.
Yeah, I come through every day, and any of the older ones that was no good, I take them off, you know.
Whatever this cold damage, like here.
Yeah,
that was cold damage.
These are all cold damage, yeah.
That's what happened there, so they can see what.
Yeah, that's what happened with a part of it that was touching the leaves.
Yeah.
But look at that, man. Yes. Time to look for a few carrots here. I don't know.
We need a few in some slaw, and we need.
That one got a big top, but it was a little carrot.
That'll go in the slaw. That's good. And you want some carrot salad.
Some of them get forked like this, and so I mean, they got big tops. We take those kind out, and I try to thin them as I'm going. I just try to look around through them, try to do some thinning. I dig around them to see what size, you know, the tops are. If they don't look real big, then I just leave them.
Whoa.
There we go.
3 or 4 of them would be good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Another one. All right.
We got enough for slaw and carrot salad. What do you think?
Look at that, guys. Some nice, pretty carrots. Loving it. Guys, we're at the cabbage patch now. We gotta look and see if we can find one in here that we want to take. I'm gonna walk through and kind of look at all of them before I actually make a decision.
Some nice sized cabbage heads.
These are some really good cabbages.
I mean, this is my hand, and it wouldn't fit in the palm of my hand. That's how big that cabbage head is. And some of them bigger than that. Like
I think we're going to take this one here. This seems to be the worst looking one of them.
Yeah. Plus it's huge.
It's huge. So I'm going to go ahead and take this one.
And then the
rest of it goes to the rabbits.
Or the chickens or somebody. Chickens need something to play with too.
Well, get where I can cut it.
The chickens love this stuff.
Look at that.
Yeah, those leaves can come off, but it had a few spots on it, maybe from the cold.
Yeah, that's why I said let's get this one first because it looks like it had a little bit more cold issue to it.
So, slaw.
Slaw. Homemade coleslaw. Well, guys, we're excited to know that we actually successfully kept everything through the deep freeze this year of 2022. And with the cabbages, you know, we put the frost protection over the top of the cabbage, and then we covered it real heavy with good hay on top of it. Now, this is hay that's not been sprayed with Grazon Remedy 2,4-D or anything like that. It's just clean hay. Or you could use straw or something like that. We piled it over the top of it, and now the leaves got burnt just a little bit, but it worked. So in the future, we'll know if we're going to have anything that bad again. We'll save this cloth here for that purpose, and we know that it'll work because we have proof that it will work. And guys, I hope that you've enjoyed The little bit of a tour today of showing about what we're harvesting here in January at Deep South Homestead. And if you like these type videos, guys, give us a thumbs up, because YouTube is not putting anything in the algorithm if we don't get the thumbs ups. I mean, I know that it's ridiculous to be that way, but it's the way the game works, and we would appreciate it if you would do that. So, fresh cabbage, guys. Thank you from Deep South Homestead.
And these chickens are the ISA or ISA Browns. They're the best egg layers we found. I think this is our third time having ISA Browns in the last few years. And they do amazing. Of course, we got a Rhode Island Red Rooster, but that really doesn't matter. We're not saving eggs to hatch. And we have 2 turkeys that made it through Thanksgiving and Christmas. They're still kicking it and going, and they do love their green stuff. I put some red ripper peas that we had in the freezer in my pot. I added some salt, and this was mineral salt, and I added the jalapeno peppers chopped up in this, and we're going to let this cook, bring it to a boil, simmer it down till the peas are tender, and that is when you can take and test one. Always be a kitchen test dummy, I guess you would say. All cooks test their food. Take one out of the pot, bite down on it. If it's still crunchy, cook it a little longer. If it's soft, you can turn the pot off, have a lid on it, and it'll sit there and still keep the goodness inside. Our peas are about half done. You can see they've changed colors. I have the jalapenos in it, plus the snaps. We like snaps in our peas. They're going to cook about 10 more minutes, and then I'm going to put this lid on it and just let them sit till we're ready to eat. I've got some carrots shredded. I'm going to add this to a slaw, so I'm fixing to work on the cabbage. I have these shredded carrots that I'm going to add some pears, some canned pears, and some raisins to make a carrot salad. This was the Cherokee tan pumpkin. I baked it this morning for about 20 minutes. Took the inside out, and I'm going to add it to this cake. You mix the cake up just like it's supposed to be, only you add the pumpkin to it, and we're going to add buttercream icing. This is the head of cabbage that Danny harvested a while ago. All these leaves are going to the chickens. They love that, but I peel off all the outer leaves till I get to the good part. I'm going to cut the core out, and then I'm going to shred it just like I did the carrots. And we're going to add a little bit of vinegar, sugar, touch of olive oil, salt, pepper, and we're going to make a slaw for lunch today. That's just a beautiful cabbage, right? This is what it's looking like shredded. I've got a couple of more pieces to go, but isn't that beautiful? It was tight, woven cabbage, and looks really good through and through. The peas are done. I've just got a lid on them till we're ready to eat. The coleslaw is done, and I'm just going to put it in the fridge so it can just mesh and all the flavors can go melting together. The carrot salad is ready. I'm going to put it in little individual serving cups.